Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Batman Long Shadows. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, Batman Long Shadows takes place before Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin work, and this is broken up into two parts. The first part we know takes place before Grant's Batman and Robin because it's the epilogue to the Battle of the Cowl. It shows Dick Grayson accepting his role as Batman, becoming Batman, putting on the cowl, doing what's necessary. The second story we can say takes place before Batman and Robin because, well, Damian Wayne isn't Robin yet. He's still being trained to become Robin. He hasn't even got his new fancy suit. In addition to that, Gotham PD hasn't met up with Batman yet. And also, Dick Grayson is going solo to become Batman, to figure out how to become Batman. And in all the Batman Reborn stuff that we have going on right now, Batman Long Shadows is a breath of fresh air for Dick Grayson. And I'll tell you why. Now, Grant Morrison's work on Batman and Robin is really good work, but despite how good it is a Bruce Wayne story. Dick Grayson, being the main character, is being used as a tool to tell a Bruce Wayne story, rather than having a Dick Grayson as Batman story. This is very evident in the dialogue. If you read it, it's all about what Bruce would have done, or how Bruce did this, or Bruce wouldn't have done that, or this or that, or, why aren't you doing this? Bruce would have done it. Stuff like that is very, very evident. There's even story arcs that are dedicated to just Bruce Wayne, like throwing a dead corpse of Bruce Wayne into the Lazarus pit to bring him back. Grant Morrison has stated in an interview that this story isn't about bringing in a new Batman. It's about telling how Bruce Wayne can be the only man that can be Batman. It's just another chapter in the story of Bruce Wayne as Batman. So I kind of feel bad for Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson's a great character, and even though we're getting great writing from Grant Morrison, Dick Grayson's getting gypped. It's not his story. This is a Batman story for the sake of Bruce Wayne, not a Batman story for the sake of Dick Grayson. Even if you look at stuff like Streets of Gotham or Justice League of America, it's not Dick Grayson being Batman and being alone doing his thing. It's just story. But Long Shadows actually gives us a story of Dick Grayson being Batman for the sake of Dick Grayson. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of references and throwbacks to what Bruce would have done, or how Bruce did stuff, or, Bruce would have done this. Don't get me wrong, that's in the story. However, unlike Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin, those references to Bruce aren't necessarily to show how Bruce is better, even though he is. It's to build up the character of Dick Grayson as Batman, making Dick Grayson as Batman. And in this story, it actually feels as though Dick Grayson is Batman, more so than some of the other ones. Let's actually get into the two stories themselves, because like I said before, this is broken up into two stories. The first story deals with the mourning period. See, with Batman dying, or not dying, but getting thrown through the Omega Sanction, we have Final Crisis, then Battle for the Cowl, and then Batman and Robin. We really haven't had time to soak up Bruce Wayne actually being gone. And in this first story, we get that. The art is done by Ed Benz, who is a fantastic artist. And both stories are done by, I believe, Judd Winnick. So the writing is going to be good. Overall, I enjoyed this story. We did get this mourning period. I enjoyed the emotion that came from Dick and also from Alfred getting teary-eyed. The only problem I had with this is I would have liked to see a little bit more of Superman and Wonder Woman mourning, and a little bit more of maybe Tim Drake mourning. But you gotta remember, this is Batman. This isn't Justice League of America. This isn't the Trinity. This isn't Red Robin. This is Batman. So it is a Dick Grayson mourning story. And really, we don't need too much mourning over Bruce Wayne, seeing that he's going to be coming back. Geez, there's the return of Bruce Wayne story arc going on right now. So mourning isn't really necessary. But this is great because it's really Dick accepting the fact that he has to be Batman. Dick knows that Batman needs to exist, but he actually has to get it out there and be Batman. On to the second story. Dick Grayson has become Batman full-fledged, and now he has to deal with one of Batman's most deadliest villains, Twoface. Now, see, the stage is set with Black Mask controlling all the criminal underworld, but he still has the problem of the Penguin and of Twoface. Penguin is incredibly worried because Batman has returned and is causing trouble for him. Twoface Two-Face, on the other hand, knows that this isn't really Batman. He has gone up against Batman so many times that he knows that this is not Bruce Wayne, even though he doesn't know Bruce Wayne's Batman, but he knows this isn't the genuine McCoy. He knows this is just a pretender, and he's willing to go to any length to prove to this pretender that he's not Batman and he's not deserving of the cowl. So, Dick Grayson as Batman needs to find himself as Batman, while at the same time deal with all the crime that's going on between the Penguin, Black Mask, and Two-Face, and also deal with the fact that Two-Face is onto him and wants revenge for, oddly enough, Batman. I know, it's kind of twisted, but again, we're talking about Two-Face here, so he is twisted. On to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. Well, I like this story for the fact that it is a Dick Grayson being Batman story for the sake of Dick Grayson. Don't get me wrong, I like the formula that Grant Morrison is using, telling a Batman story for Bruce Wayne, using other characters rather than Bruce Wayne. I'm okay with that. But give Dick his props. I mean, Dick is a great character, and seeing him actually portrayed as Batman, really as a character for himself, a story for Dick, it was great. It was nice to read. I like the morning story too. It got me a little emotional, and it was tough to read, especially when Alfred says that he's lost his son, and all the little flashback to Dick Grayson as Robin, and it was all really nice. It was good. In addition to this last story leaves on kind of a cliffhanger with Dick Grayson finding a flash drive that has a secret case that involves his parents. I wonder what that's going to lead to. I don't know, gonna have to see. The Two-Face story is interesting, and I really like the fact that they use Two-Face and not Joker or Scarecrow or other people, because Two-Face actually understood Batman at a different level than any other of the villains. See, Two-Face was once a good guy, and he understands the law, and he understands Batman mission more than anyone else. So for him to realize that this Batman out there isn't the real one was a good choice. And the art done here is done by the individual that did some of the Trinity art, which is good art. The writing for this was overall good. No real complaints with the story. It wasn't a fantastic story, but it was a good story. Bad. Well, one bad I have to say is the fact that I felt as though there wasn't too much resolve with the second story. However, I can't knock on that too much because this ongoing stuff with Black Mask and Penguin and so on and so forth, it transitions to other stories like Streets of Gotham and other Batman materials. So I'm not going to knock on it too much, but I would have liked a little bit more of a resolve. Maybe. There was a fight between Clayface and some soldier dude in Batman. While it was a good fight, I felt as though it was kind of short. It only lasted for a few pages. And, well, I would have liked how that ended a little bit differently. Other than that, though, I have really not too much to complain about this book. Whether or not you should get it. Long Shadows is a good story. Does it fall into the realm of fantastic? No. But it is definitely good and entertaining. This hardcover cost you $19. It's not that much for what a hardcover can go for. Hardcovers usually go for around $24, depending on the story, all the way up to even $30. I mean, God, Final Crisis was $30, and that Blackest Night is going to be $30 also. So some stories cost a lot of money, but you know, this story was a good price for what it was worth. I recommend getting this if you want to see more of the transition of Dick Grayson becoming Batman, or if you wanted to see Dick Grayson be Batman and actually have him be Batman, then you'll enjoy this story. If you wanted to get into some of the more mainstream Batman stuff, then I recommend going with Batman and Robin and doing that Grant Morrison stuff before hitting this. But I do recommend this book. It is a good Batman book. There's very little bad to say about it. Just be careful when you buy it. If you want to, like I said, get into the mainstream Batman stuff more, go for some more of the essential stuff, then go for Batman and Robin. But if you have a little extra cash on your hands, pick this up. It'll definitely be worth it. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. Batman Long Shadows is definitely a step out of the shadows of my expectations. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.